Hello everyone and welcome back to episode number 2 of the Hoffenheim career mode. Let's just get right into it. We have gotten our first transfer offer. It is for Benjamin Hübner from counterparts in the Bundesliga, Borussia Mönchengladbach. I have gone for a couple of days, did a bit of training. I think we are on day 3 of the month. Hübner at 30 has a value of 8 million. They have offered 8.7, overvalue for someone of age 30, and we can potentially get up to 10.2 million. I am all for trying to negotiate this and see what we can do. I'd like to get a little bit more than 8.7 million if we can try and get it. I think I'm going to counter at 10.7 and see what they say to that. Come right back to 8.7. Let's try 9.9. Can we get 9.9 for him? Man, they are sticking on that 8.7. To be fair, 8.7 for him is very good, so I don't want to be too stingy here. I would like to get a little bit more. There we go, 9.5. Good. 9.5 million for someone of Benjamin Hübner's age and quality is very good in my opinion. That's a nice bit of money coming back into the club. We got a bunch of people glad they've decided to put me up for sale. Okay. A bit surprised. Glad you decided. Yeah, I got a lot of people glad for it. I mean, hey, if we can keep morale up, I'm all for that. The future's exciting, man. The future is exciting at this club. I agree. Alright, that is dealt with. Don't think there's anything else on the transfer front to deal with. I'm going to go do a little bit more training and bring you back in when we've got something a bit more exciting going on. Our first match of the season is here. I am not going to be playing it. I don't play the preseason games. There's no excitement in that for me at all. It's just a way to try and get a little bit more money, really is all. That being said, I am going to update the tactics and the instructions for us here. I think we are going to pretty much play this fairly balanced here, to be honest. I think balanced width and depth, honestly. Bit more players in box, up on corners, less on free kicks. Our offensive width will be a little bit up, and our defensive width a little bit down, I think. Be our way to go. Actually, I don't like it too wide on offense. I think we'll just make it balanced and then a little bit less on defense. Given we are a 5-back, that's still going to be fairly wide. As far as our instructions go, our fullbacks are going to be fairly offensive. Katterback is going to be on balance. Scob is going to be on get forward, or join the attack, I suppose. Given as a DM, we are going to put on stay back while attacking. Both of these guys are going to be on cover center. Letitia is going to be on balanced. Baumgartner. Is there anything we want to put on him? Probably not. I think we'll put him on stay on the edge of the box for support on crosses. Bebu and Kramarch we both want on stay forward, and I think we're going to put Kramarch on stay central as well, given his lack of pace. Bebu might get in behind a little bit or drift wide, but we'll just let him be on the balance settings. That I think is what we're going to roll with for now. We may change that as the season goes along if we see fit, or if certain signings or progressions happen that allow us to be in a better position in a different formation. With that being said, let's get this game against ODC done. We're just going to quick sim it. Like I said, I don't want to really mess around my time with the preseason tournament. We're going to draw in the first game with Dabur coming in off the bench and getting his goal. Trying to make his case to stay with the team or either up his value, one of the two. Leeds lose to Braga as well, meaning Braga is going to be on top of our group. Our second transfer offer of the summer has come in. It's another center back. It is Stephen Posch. However, this is someone a bit more that I want to keep. 23 years old, 75 overall, a fellow Austrian alongside Baumgartner. And I think Posch is going to be someone that sees our lineup or a heavy part of our rotation throughout the season. And so he is not someone I want to let go of. He is currently our starting right center back, and I don't really plan to have him come out until we sign someone. And so as of right now, he is not being sold. Next up is our game against Leeds. Before that, we now have Hübner, who has officially sold. That is another 7.5 million to the bank, and that is now almost 40 mil we can go and sign some players. Let's sim this game against Leeds. And after we sim this game, I'm going to look and see if we have got anyone good and who we've scouted yet, who we can potentially go and sign. Bebu and Grillitish in this one give us a 2-0 win over Leeds. Give us a much better chance to hopefully get through to the past the group stage and get a little bit more money into that transfer budget. Let's go look here and see who our scouting units have found us and who we could potentially sign here. Wang Hee Chan would be interesting. Two pacey guys with him and Bebu would be quite interesting. Luis Muriel is someone I really like, and given he is a little bit older, he might not be crazy expensive, although he still has very good pace and very good shooting. Kitabalde is on loan, so we're not going to be able to sign him. Che Adams is an interesting one. I don't know if he would leave the Premier League and or leave England, but he could be an interesting young talent to pick up. Outside of that, Dennis would be interesting, but he is also on loan, so he is not someone we could sign. And then Yusuf Poulsen would be a younger, slightly faster, physical striker, good finisher like Kramaric, who would be an interesting signing for us as well. So we'll give a further scout on those guys. As far as our center backs go, there are some nice options here from within the Bundesliga. Zagadou is someone that would be very nice to have. Konate is obviously someone that would be very nice. Jonathan Tah, Evan Ndicka as well. Don't think Hintringer or Dragovic at their age is someone I'm interested in. Kumbula is on loan, so we cannot do anything with him. Malenkovic is a very good young, up-and-coming big center back in the Serie A as well. Christian Romero, same thing, but he is on loan from Juventus. I did not realize he was a Juventus prospect. Juventus, along have him and De Ligt coming up now. That's going to be kind of nice. I think he could be a good center back for them. He's had a good season there. Fikayo Tomoro, of course, is on loan from Chelsea, so we cannot sign him. Mason Holgate isn't going to leave Everton, or at least the Premier League. Callum Chambers, same thing. Lewis Dunk is going to be staying. Fernandez is possible, but he's too old. Kanji, believe, is probably going to be too expensive for us, but we will see. The interest level is there. Lucas Klosterman would be an absolutely amazing signing. He is very, very solid at the back. And I believe that is going to be what we are going to be scouting for now for our center back positions. As far as our center mids now, though, we're getting a lot of cams suggested to us. We don't really need a cam. However, if I can sign Reina, I'd be very interested in signing Reina. Mateus Cunha, something similar to that, although I think he's going to be much too expensive for us. He's a very, very quality player. Brahim Diaz is on loan, of course, and so we will not be able to sign him. Well, he is also a very good young player. Lewis Cook, probably not going to leave England. Ward Prowse, probably not going to leave England. Cleach is someone I don't see leaving Leeds, and also a bit too old for my liking, and Zabalajai is a cam that we don't need and has just moved. So there's not really any good young center mids that are being suggested here. Pulgar is not bad, but he's a DM. So we're just going to kind of have to keep waiting and hoping and looking on that center mid position. It's just first team quality. It's not overly specific, but Scout's not really finding anything yet. I don't really want to just go up and look at specific players. I think it's too easy to just go and find players. Obviously, I know who I can get and who is good, but I'm just going to wait until the Scouts find me something. I'm not in a rush. I'll wait and see what they can find. With that being said, I believe our email is good with international management. Yeah, I usually don't take an international team. I just want to focus on the club and deal with that. With that being said, I'm going to go do some training, and I will bring you guys back in for the Braga game. Well, it's not the Braga game, but I am bringing you guys in for transfers, and Skov has been offered a transfer. The fact that Skov, at 24 years old, 74 overall, as good of a talent as he is, I know his rating isn't quite as good as I believe it should be in this game, but 6.7 million for Skov? Come on, man. Get out of here, Porto. You ain't getting my left wing back. That's my man. That is not going to happen. Apparently, no one wants to make an offer for anyone other than our defenders, but we have now received another offer for another one of our center backs. One that we actually do want to sell this time, and that is Roman Pikatic. Bosnia, Benfica now want him. Porto were coming for Skov. Benfica actually gave us a decent offer, and we are going to try and get some money back for him. I'm going to see if we can get a little bit over 5 million for him. I don't know if it's going to happen, but we will see what we can get here. Seem to be stuck at that. Them and Borussia were both kind of stuck at their prices, eh? Let's see if we can get about 5 mil. See what they say to that. Good. Alright, about 5 million for a 30-year-old center back that we probably weren't going to use is a dub. More money in the club to improve the team where it is needed. We are now jumping into our last game of the group stage in the preseason tournament. We changed up the starting lineup a little bit in this game to give a few guys some rest. With that being said, if we do win this game, we are in, and if we draw this game, we still have a chance. Let's hope for a result here. 3-4-2-1 for Braga, which is interesting. And a win indeed, so we are going to be moving on to the knockout stages and getting more money into the club. This is the thing you like to see. As long as we can continue with no injuries, I am all for continuing on in this tournament and getting more money. 1.17 million is the money we have now gotten back for getting out of the group in our preseason tournament, and we have gotten another offer, finally, not a defender. It is a 23-year-old Brazilian striker. It is a bit over 2 million from Ghent. I might just keep him around for depth for now, to be honest. I don't really care to get 2 million for him. I might let him develop a little bit more and just keep him around for depth. So we will reject that one. The Be Correct offer from Benfica is still pending. We have not gotten confirmation as to whether he is going to be going there yet or not. We do have a few scout reports trickling in as well, as we got Cunha's scout report in here the other day. Blackburn Rovers have shown interest in loaning Amade. Sure. Loan's option to buy. Yeah, I can buy him. 1 year loan. What's his value? 900,000. Maybe I'll just negotiate. It is a loan to buy that they want. I'll just go and negotiate here. His value is 900,000. So if we can get a bit over 1 million for him, that would be nice to see. It is a 1 year loan to buy that we are going to be agreeing to. I mean, hey, if you're loaned to buy, you got to be paying the money here, boys. You know, like, there you go. Transfer sum of 890. As much as it really doesn't matter, because like it's not that big of money, I feel like I need to at least get over 1 million for him for it to be worth selling. 890 with a 1% sell-on clause. Come on, boys, 990. Let's just make it close to 1 million. There we go, 990. Okay, we're never going to use him, right? I don't mind getting a little bit of money back for him if that goes through. It is now, I believe, game day against West Ham to get us into the final of this preseason tournament. I think we should also be close to having a few more scouting reports back in, which is going to be very important for us to make a few more signings. We got some tired guys here, right? Skov is going to come back in. Promovich's stamina is holding up, man. Deviller's going to come out for Gagu. Pugma is going to come in for Vought, and we're going to have to take out Polsher as well. These guys are just too tired. Pikakic is going to have to play in this one as well. Baumgartner is going to come back in for Vucinovic, and Grilic is going to come out for Samiseku, which is too bad because Grilic, believe it or not, is leading this tournament in goals so far right now with 3. And then Crowder back we're going to take out, and we're going to put Barana over here at the right wing back spot for this game. He doesn't even lose anything, lose any morale or anything for playing out in that position, so that is something you like to see. Why is he down? Oh, just sharpness. Fair enough. Okay, we are going to put him in the middle of this back 5. That is going to be the team that will face West Ham. With that being said, this is not going to be an easy game. Hopefully West Ham don't field the full 11 due to similar reasons for us for fitness and not wanting to pick up any injuries. It's definitely not a full team, but it's definitely not a weak team either. De Ketelaere, I don't know who that striker is, to be honest. But let's get right into it. We win! Geiger and Grilic comes in off the bench and scores the winner in the 86th, man. He's been banging in goals so far in this preseason. I need to go look at his shooting stats, man. He's got 4 goals and 3 starts and an appearance now early on in the season. That is kind of nuts. Oh, we've also got the Selman Bikakic, so he just played his last game for the club in that preseason tournament. So fair enough. Let's get Vought back in there. Vergarbrecht back in there, Grilic back in. Those guys can stay, and Nordveit will come out, and Posh will come in. And I believe that is back to the normal starting lineup. Yes, we'll just put the ball in the middle and send those guys back over. Yeah, he's only got 60 shooting with 58 finishing and 60 long shots. He's been banging in goals. That is kind of nuts. You do like to see it, though. Let's get right into what we got in our messages here. So Bikakic has sold. That is another 3.7 million in and 2.7 million in from the preseason tournament. And so that puts us up to a 45 million transfer budget, 17 million in profit right now. Still haven't signed anyone, but that is some nice money to be working with. I will bring you guys in for the final of the preseason tournament. We are now on game day, but with that being said, Amade, our young right back, has now been loaned out to Blackburn. Nordvliet now has a transfer offer, and we do still have a couple more scouting reports coming in, and hopefully a few more in the upcoming days. With that being said, before the game, we are going to go in and scout a few more players, specifically center mids, and see if there's anyone more that our scouts have found. And let's go see if we can get anything for the Norwegian Nordvliet and get some money for him and sell him to Cagliari. I don't think we're going to get much more than 2.3 million, but I think we're going to go in at 2.8 and see if we can get anything for him here. They are willing to budge a little bit, so we might be able to get a little bit more, not like the other teams that have completely stuck at their offering price. 2.7 million is what we're going to get for him, which again, for a 30-year-old center back we just aren't going to use. Any money I can get, I will definitely take as a W. With that being said, let's run at the rest of a few players. We'll see. Let's get right into scouting a few more players here. Darwin Nunez would be very nice from Benfica. We'll give him a scout. Kali Muendu, I don't think he's going to be quite up to par for what I want yet. Moises Keane is on loan, so we can't do anything with him. And that is really about it. We have not gotten much at that striker position. I mean, we are pacey and prolific, not first-team quality, so the options are going to be a little bit more limited. Milenkovic has signed to Rennes, so we aren't going to be able to sign him anymore. As far as new options are concerned, Juan Foyth has popped up. He is also on loan from Tottenham Hotspurs. Vallejo is also on loan from Real Madrid. That really is about it. Nothing really new at the center back position, but we do have lots of good center back options, so that is not as much of a concern. Seko Fofana is someone who has popped up as someone we could potentially sign. Ural Saracic is also a nice option from Valencia. Kismovic from Getafe is also an option. Florian Wirtz is an option. Dorita's a bit older than I would like. And then a bunch of guys from England that aren't really going to be of interest. In Lanzini, his sign with Wolfsburg, was really not popping up at the center mid position, which is really disappointing. We may have to do a custom search on that in a couple of weeks if nothing else pops up, and see if we can get ourselves a better center mid, because no one there is really young enough or improving the team enough to be warranted of a signing as of right now. That being said, let's see if we can finish off our last bit of money here, or finish off getting our last bit of money and win this preseason tournament. We are going to put in Adams and Who in this game, and I think we are going to take out Krilic and maybe put Rudy in for this game, just due to some rest. I think everyone else is going to be good to go. I think we'll take out Bebu for Dabur as well. And let's get right into the match. Quick sim, do we get our money? We get the money! Let's go. Rudy, Skov, and Adams. When they say Adams, I don't actually know who they mean by Adams. So we don't have an Adams in the team. I'm going to have to figure out who they mean by Adams. Skov gets 2 goals in the left wing back position, which is very nice. That's what I want out of Skov. He's so talented and gifted going forward that I want that left wing back position to be able to allow him to get forward up the pitch and influence in the attacking end. And so I am glad that that is something that we are seeing. Adams. Let me go into the squad hub and see if I can figure out who they're calling Adams. Adams. I don't know who they're calling Adams. I really don't know. Nonetheless, we get the money. Is this still the starting squad here? This is still the starting squad. Okay, perfect. So we don't have to change anything there. Won't have any games for a while, so the boys will get to rest now. That is more money in the bank. We are up to now 49 million that we can now spend. As far as when we will play our next games, we do have like 3 or 4 weeks, and then we start with Hertha and Schalke, which won't be an easy start. Well, that being said, a nice bit of money has come in. Ooh, Staphylitis. I do want to sell him. Only $1 million from Marseille. His value is 2.7. I would like to get a lot more. Oh, it's a swap. For 74 overall. And I don't want to do a swap. I will negotiate, but I'm not swapping for a fellow 34-year-old left back. That's not of interest to me. In which case, I'd just rather keep Stafylidis, to be honest. We are removing the player, and we are proposing a fee of $3.79 million. And they will accept it. I mean, $3.79 million for Stafylidis we will definitely take. Him and Nordvik could now be on their way out. Let's advance a few more days, and let's see if we can get a few more scouting reports in. Well, actually, let's just go see. Let's look at the transfer help. Maybe we just scouted a bunch of players that didn't need scouting reports. No, they do. Okay. We will wait a few more days, wait for a few more scouting reports to come in, and then we may make our first couple of signings up to summer. With that being said, I am going to end the episode here. If you guys did enjoy it, feel free to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new. The next episode is going to be full of some new signings, additions to the team, to make this team a squad that can compete for the top 4 in the Bundesliga, and in a couple seasons challenge for the title. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.